Little is known about our galactic origin, our cosmic history, or the dark elite trying to make this planet into a prison planet. But I want to let you know Earth is ascending into Christ energy, and the war on darkness is waging strong and is being won. Hello, my name is Ruth. I am with the Violet Flame Global Shift. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm so happy you are here with me today. We will be looking at the EBS, an emergency broadcast system, predictions for July, 5D to a 3D to 5D update, shift, timeline updates. We have a powerful video ahead of us today. So thank you everyone for being here today. Shauna, I've got your questions written down. Hello, Joe. Hello. Thank you. You say welcome back, Incognito. Calamity Jane, welcome home. Thank you, everyone. I could not have done this trip with many of you all supporting me, booking readings, and doing everything, sending in donations, and I appreciate your support. We went to the Celtic land of Cornwall, England. And I kid you not, I felt the energy of Celtic Terra. Celtic Terra is an ascended being that works between Ireland and England, the UK, and is over much within the UK, Wales, Scotland, and England. And her powerful energy was just so refreshing. We went to Menotal, which is a 4,000 to 5,000 year old stone structure with a fertility ring. At the end, I can show pictures for anyone who wants to see. But coming up this Sunday, you will not want to miss the real July predictions Ascension forecast. We're going to go nitty gritty into We are going to go into the wars. We're going to go into financial shifts, soul collective awakening, 3D to 5D, and any disclosure and awakening coming. For the private live, we're going to be doing predictions for your nation. What do you need to know? Do you need to prepare? Do you need to stock up on cash? Do you need to manifest something special for your nation? So that will be the private live for the membership. If you would like to sign up for the membership, go to my website, violetflame.net. There's a link here up in the description box and in the chat, and you can sign up for that membership. It's only $9 a month, or you can get the yearly. Thank you to all of you members. I am so excited to be doing some July predictions next week. The week after on the Sunday private live will be gold, silver, and crypto. So stay tuned for that. If you're watching on Rumble, thank you. Please go ahead to the link below if you wish to ask questions. You can find me on YouTube. That's where I answer questions. I have just uploaded a new private readings page on my website, Zoom, email, or phone call. So go ahead and check it out there. And you can always check me out on my website or send me an email. I am so excited to be back with you all. This is going to be a doozy because right after I did my meditation, I was sitting outside, and right after I did my meditation and got my questions, I go to walk inside to get all dressed up, and the door to my house is locked. At the same time it's locked, there's a siren going down my house, down my street, an emergency vehicle. And as I called my friends, they swore when they walked out of the house that a bear fell out of a tree. And I sat outside my house, gymming it, calling my landlord, unable to get in. I said, this live must be a doozy if we're getting this kind of interference. Shauna says, welcome back, Ruth. Hi, Joe, Incognito, Richard, and Calamity Jane. As a Yukoner, I love the Klondike Gold Rush reference. Aha! Love it. What is the purple icon with the number? The purple icon with a number. I'm not sure what the purple icon is. Let me check. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's like a viewer. I think it's a crown. So it's like a top listener. So if you have a crown, it means you're a reoccurring listener. I think that's what it means. Maybe you're a secret starseed queen or king. All right, everyone, get yourself your tea, your coffee, your biscuit, as they say in the UK, or your cookies. we are going to do our interference cleanse because I do think this world has shifted. I think something is going on to really anchor in this new timeline and the war on, I keep hearing the words, the war on terror. The war on terror is being won. The war on darkness is being won. The war against the dark elite, the CABAL. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So go ahead, connect, get comfortable, do some deep breathing, send me a like or a subscribe, and we're going to do this little invocation to get rid of all negative AI. All beings, life forms, thought forms, entities, ensemblages, technologies, beingness, and awareness, and all else that exists that do not have my highest interest or our highest interest or the highest interest of all life everywhere, and are not of the highest service to the one true and only living God of all creation, the I Am, in thought, form, mind, action, deed, word, and in all ways, and all artificial intelligences and artificial life forms and technologies that they use, such as smart dust, nanodust, black goo, graphites, algorithms, operating systems, thought forms, and all other artificial life that is not created by the one true living God, I Am. I demand that all to leave our mind, spirit, body, soul, and this YouTube channel, and that it be cleansed, and that all the I Am on all dimensions, densities, levels, and locations, now and forever, and never to return. All permission to create and maintain attachments, influences from within and without in any way, and I'm going to skip this part, is broken into disharmony, and all that is within disharmony with the only God of all creation is permanently and forever removed. And then we bring in the protection of the light, all emptiness, holes, vacancies, rips, tears, and injuries from this invocation, contract, negation, and removal of artificial intelligences are now to be filled with the divine light of Holy Spirit, the word of the one true living God, the I Am, and the healing and compassion of his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. All protections and all of this invocation are asked for in the name and authority of the one true living God of all compassion, love, light, and creation. As it is said, now it is done and sealed now and for all time. Telestia, it is finished and complete. All right, let's get started. Hello, Marie. Good to have you here. All right, so I have several specific questions coming in about the actual EDS, the solar flares. We're going to look to see if the financial shift is still on schedule. But first, I want to ask Spirit to do a general timeline update. What update are we in with the dystopian age versus the golden age? Are we still on a positive timeline? And Spirit, what can you tell us about it? We call in the presence of Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Sandalphon, my personal guides who guide me in this channel. Thank you, thank you. And we call to us everyone who is supposed to hear this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Spirit, what can you tell us about a timeline update? The dystopian timeline versus the golden age. The dystopian timeline versus the golden age. Here we have the two timelines, Two of Pentacles, along with a brand new energy. And I'm hearing the words, a new timeline, a new merge, a new timeline. Something brand new has hit the sound waves. In the past, a lot of work has been being done. We have a lot of galactics and spiritual helpers, incoming cosmic energy that is patching timelines and doing a lot of spiritual work. I am reminded of the asteroid, the comet, which one was it, that was coming in this last last week, there was an asteroid coming in, bringing in galactic help, ascended help. There's a lot of help also patching up a timeline and giving new energy to this. So we have a collapsing of an old timeline as well. Spirit, I want to ask for clarity on this new energy, spiritual warriors, galactic shifts, cosmic helpers. I'm seeing them like doing some weaving, energetic weaving, like a Merkaba. Only it's the Earth's Merkaba. It's the Earth's energetic field. There's some weaving going on. It's like they're doing this with energy, almost like the fairies in the movie Cinderella, and how the fairies would go about the house and do their magical work. They would sweep with a magical broom. They would sew with a magical needle. And I'm seeing that reference, like the galactic helpers have been energetically patching Earth's Merkaba. Spiritual warriors, energetic workers. There's a new timeline on the earth. What is this? Is this a new timeline or just a stronger golden age timeline? Woo, we have two aces. Yo, the earth has shifted. We've hit a higher level timeline. We've upgraded in our timeline higher than we were actually in. I don't think the earth was in its highest timeline. We have hit a brand new timeline or have gone up a level in our golden age timeline. Once again, gone up a level. 7 of Wands, up a level. Disclosure, the amount of disclosure that hit us in June up-leveled societies, civilizations, and awarenesses. And I'm hearing the words gave people hope. There was an awareness that came to world leaders because of all the crap that happened on the world plane and the closeness we were to World War III. A massive level of disclosure and awareness, even awakening to many global leaders, world leaders, to realize how close they were to being sent into a world war over the stupidity of egotism and egotistical communication. Because of this awareness in our leadership across the world, and I'm also seeing among the population, the fear that entered the collective because we almost hit a world war made a lot of people wake up. It shook them to their core, and they began researching like never before. They began questioning almost every world leader on the world stage. They began seriously going down rabbit holes. And this is confirmed because my friend, who is on the opposite side of me in political realms, which is perfectly okay, we're great friends, but she went down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole and woke up to all the corruption, the pedo stuff, the elite stuff, the C3 letter agency. She just went in, and I never thought she would ever wake up. And she just dove deep this week. So the level of disclosure among the unawake and unaware is huge. The level of awakening, like it's like something in world leaders I'm seeing popped. Something popped. We almost hit a world war. And it's like even the neutral, Norway, Finland, UK, all of the world leaders watched what happened in the last 2 weeks, and something in their mind had to make a choice. Many of them popped open into awareness and awakeness. This shifted us into a higher timeline than we've ever been in before. Woo, okay. The world shifted. The world shifted. And it's because of the level of disclosure and even that moment of panic, the 12-day war between Israel and Iran, that moment of panic really served to get people's attention. The bombs dropping also caught attention as well. It woke people up. It woke people up. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. I'm just saying a lot of people began asking questions. Okay, knowing what we know on the world level and how the timeline has slipped up a level, I want to ask Spirit about the 3D to 5D update let's just ask for 3 cards on an update from this third 3D to 5D. And this we're going to focus on to you all, the ascension of you as a light being, the collective who is holding the energy of the world and light to actually make us shift a higher timeline. You did not panic. You did not stress. You knew you were anchored into light, and it held the vibration of earth and allowed the rest of the earth to go straight up into like just a little bit of an upgraded timeline. 3 cards: Ascension, healing, galactic assistance to heal, Stargate portals are opening, and an end to your grief, your troubles, and your mental conflict. So there's several areas we're receiving help with on the 3D to 5D ascension. Number 1, galactic help, ascension help. Your own spiritual guides are moving. I hear the words, they're on the ball. They're moving fast. They're working hard. They're whirling around you like never before. Your soul is entering stargates as you sleep, traveling, astral traveling, going to other civilizations. You're getting DNA upgrades. You're getting healing as you sleep. You're getting cleansing. But more than anything is you're starting to connect with your soul tribes, your galactic and starseed origins in stargates, in portals. Thirdly, there's an ending to a lot of the mental matrix that has been stabbing us in the back. Swords represents information, words, limiting beliefs, the programming. She has surrendered here. She's not dying. She's surrendering and letting them flow through her, alchemize, dissolve. The waters of the ocean are supporting her. She will be cleansed of these swords. 10 is a sign of an ending. So within the galactic starseed light being, such as everyone here on this channel and those watching the replay, you're getting massive help to cleanse some of that icky programming in your energy field that's been a result of the matrix. You're also traveling to other civilizations and meeting brand new people, Arcturians, angels, guides, ascended ones, Palladians. You're meeting a lot of people in the astral realm. So you're being very, very supported. Okay, let's switch decks now and get to more specific questions. Spirit, what was triggered by the solar flares and the heat that hit this world? We had massive solar flares on the 21st, or was it the 18th, 19th, and 20th? And then we had tremendous heat waves hit the entire world. At least North America and even the UK was affected more so than they've ever been. So, Spirit, what can you tell us with this massive heat and these solar flares? What is being triggered on a world scale? Okay, we're getting friends, family, relationships. There's a massive ending, 10 of Wands. A massive upgrade, Ascension, the Judgment card being called higher, and something about I'm seeing our DNA, a cleansing. Okay, so there's definitely this, I need clarity on this immediate energy. This is the confusing, chaotic energy we've had in our energy field, okay? And then this is a celebration and divine guides. This is just as love and light and friendship. This could also be, though, those bonds with other people that caused chaos. The cleansing of the narcissism, the cleansing of other people in our energy field, negative soul contracts. Spirit, what is this between the people? Desires being withheld and expansion. Okay, so we have here your wish fulfillment along with protection and expansion. So basically, I believe this is a massive detox in our emotional field. The solar flares produced cutting cords between codependency, narcissism, anything that you've been trying to get rid of your life that's been holding you down, limiting beliefs, but especially emotional crud, emotional cords, anything that's been wrapped around us with fear, regret, feeling like we need to either people please or we need to control things excessively. That emotional need was stripped away, and we were brought into a more wholesome emotional energy of protection so that we can expand. I'm hearing the words, our emotional self was made safe. We felt safe so that we can explore. And I feel this exploration is also us exploring on the astral realm, exploring and meeting our starseed families. I feel that our souls on the spiritual level are starting to feel safe so that we can connect to other civilizations and to our true guides and ancestors. It's definitely a DNA upgrade. So if you had a lot of coughing, bloating, cleansing, colds, sneezes, allergies, that was a result of the upgrades that it's a result, especially anything running, because water represents emotion. It represents an emotional cleanse. If you have spiders in your bathroom, okay, it means your emotional world is changing, because the water in your bathroom or in your sink, if you have bugs in your sink or around your sink, anywhere where there's water, if you have leaks, that means something needs to be dealt with emotionally or something's being cleansed emotionally. So keep an eye out for anything that's happening around water with you. Yeah, definitely. Emotional cleansing. Okay, so let's continue getting a little bit more specific here. Shauna had Incognito says, I wonder if there was a nuke war in a parallel timeline. I do feel that way. And me and some of the other mystical friends that we have with us, we got very sick to our stomach that week, right before it happened. It felt like they were, well, you can go back and look at the 5D to 3D shift video I did. I had dreams of snakes. It was horrible. And like the R kind of people, I do believe there was a dystopian timeline that we were given a choice to choose. Incognito says, my dreams seem so real. It's because they are. They're real. Everything you go through in a dream is 100% your energetic body and your spiritual body. It is so real. It is so real. And it might be coming to you in different ways, like in symbolism, but you are really facing, you're going through something and your soul is processing what you're seeing in the astral realm. Okay. Interesting, Shauna. I did not get your questions at the beginning, but I got it here. Okay, Shauna says, I watched Ishmael Perez's last video. He suggests that July 4th might bring big events, possibly the emergency broadcast system, but he doesn't confirm it. Any sense about this? So let's ask about any coming disclosure in the EBS. Let's ask if the EBS is scheduled. Will we have an EBS on or around July 4th, Spirit? And as always, this is just a timeline prediction. Time and energy is fluid, so take it as it resonates. And human choice is fluid. We're tapping into the plans of the White Hats. Is there an emergency broadcast system or any kind of massive disclosure like that on a massive scale? Is it scheduled for July 4th or around there? Is it scheduled by either the White Hats or the cosmic beings? Woo! We've got the Tower card. Ooh, we've got the Ace of Swords. That's a yes. There is a major shock planned for the world. Notice how both of these are electricity or information. And I'm really drawn to these people in the clouds right here overseeing the tower. striking the tower, Starlink, satellites, someone pulling the strings on an electrical or internet capability. Is there a plan, Spirit? So we have the timeline shift card in the past and the Four of Cups in between this shock and, okay, it's on the table, y'all. The EBS is on the table. It's being presented as a possibility by a certain group to another group. Look how she's offering it to him, but someone's ignoring it. But this is the card of the offer. It's on the table. An EBS or a massive disclosure is on the table because the world is getting ready. I'm hearing the words, the world will lap it up like a dog lapping water. The world will lap it up because of everything that happened in the last 2 weeks, the possibility of a massive third world war. And now many people are researching that would never have researched before. It's like a dog drinking up water. Yeah. This is the intelligence community, the white hat intelligence community. Okay, who's putting it on the table, Spirit? Is this physical humanity or is this galactic offer? Who's presenting it? Who's presenting this as a possible strategy? A lot of energy. Okay, we're not allowed to see it all, but I will tell you this. The people in charge of tribunals are interested in producing some information. That's all I can say. We have the blank card, so we cannot see who they are. And then we have the Four of Swords, hidden information. So the people who have the tapes, who have the recorded tribunals, the people who have had indictments, the prisoners, seeing Barr, Burr. Anyway, someone who had indictments, people who have had the videos, the people who, the military. Yeah, this is military, the white hat military. And I don't think this is so much an EBS as much as they want to produce the result of certain trials, tribunals, and disclosure concerning who has been arrested in the past. This is a faction of the EBS. It's not a lockdown energy. This is not a go sit in your home, you're scared. This is some sort of massive disclosure that the white hat military, who have been in charge of the EBS, they've been in charge of tribunals trying crimes against humanity. They have a section of documents and videos, a white, clear, calmer, gentler version of what, not gentler version of what happened, but a PG-13 version of certain indictments and trials and tribunals that they want to start releasing. And I'm hearing the words, release it as if it's full time. They might release it as if it's happening now. But this blank card concerns me because the blank card coming in from Spirit is saying there's something we don't fully see, but there is a white hat military plan to do an EBS or a series of disclosures. Okay, so Spirit is saying there's an end to something. There's an end to something. Okay. I'm hearing the words moving home. Five of Pentacles out in the cold. So this is the oh my. I really can't say this here on YouTube, but the X'd, okay, the X's are done. Most of the X's, XQs are over. And if you know military tribunals, and I believe that they're offshore, they're somewhere not in a nation. They are somewhere in a, I don't know the words. I apologize, y'all. But they're offshore from the United States. They're not on U.S. territory. Wherever they've been on the islands, they're now coming to a close. The tribunals are coming to a close. Okay. And disclosure, now that most of them have come to a close, they now have what they want to present to the world. And they have put it on the table to other white hats to say, can we begin releasing it? Because we're cleaning house. We're getting everything wrapped up. All right. Whoo, I need to clear that energy. So the QFS is a possibility. Not QFS. The EBS is a possibility on July 4th. It's being presented as a possibility. There are some wiser, higher galactic white hats that are more spiritually in tune with the earth that will make that decision. They will decide whether humanity is ready for it or not. The white hat military who do the tribunals do not have the full say on it. There's a higher, wiser mystery school wisdom of, I'm hearing the words semi-galactics and semi-human. They're definitely more spiritual, and they're leading the way with the EBS. And they're going to make that decision. Okay, let's switch now to the QFS, the quantum financial system. The quantum financial system is a new system coming in to take over the dark elite's financial system. And it's alleged that it will be based on physical assets. It will be based in crypto. It will be based in a more holistic version that can tap into people's intentions and read their intentions or read their energy so that money cannot be manipulated or lied about. And so it's an energetic, spiritual system that reads people's consciousness as well as brings in a new, better financial system to bring independence to nations and abundance to people. So let's go ahead and ask, how far away is the QFS? How far away are we from getting this financial shift to a new financial money system? Okay, we've got 10 of Swords and a 6 of Swords. We've got the blank card in the past. So it had been held up and we have something secret going on in the center, and we have an ending. The QFS is waiting for an ending. We've got an ending happening and a moving forward. We're waiting for another ending. It's still in play. It's still the secret of the world. Spirit, what is this 10 of Swords that was surrendered and moved? What is this it was surrendered, let go, and moved? Gold, silver, metals, golden age money, artifacts. They had to move, I'm hearing the words, the money back to the land. The money to where they came. They had to transfer, and they had to inventory. I'm seeing the Vatican. They had to inventory and transfer all the nation's money back to them before they can do the QFS. 9 of Swords. It was very stressful. And it's part of this timeline shift we are feeling. And it was shifting our world as it happened. Now, Spirit's saying there's another ending coming before we can have the system break free. What is this end? What is this major world overhaul? 2 of Cups, Page of Wands. This is difficult because this is saying something about the consciousness within humanity. The souls being connected to their bodies, their energy fields being connected to the system, their intuition coming online. It's almost like humanity's Spirit, their energy needs to interface with the system. This is so weird. It's like the next step before we can have the QFS. Yeah, the money, the gold is there. For us to access our money, there's something that needs to happen. Awakened DNA, a shift in the world, an ascension, some sort of energy coming online, some sort of intuition, waking up. The true quantum financial system has to interface with humanity. This is celebration, but it's going to, this is humanity and celebration and families, people being happy. But then we have the world shock, and we have the military, the consciousness. Is this a world event? Is this a world event that needs to turn people on? Or when the world event happens, people turn on? I'm going to leave it there. We definitely could do a deep dive into it, but there's something that's going to shock the world. Maybe spiritually shock us, maybe a solar flash, maybe a rapture. And once something hits, it's like humanity awakens and we interface with the quantum financial system. And people can't steal the money. They can't do any negative transactions. They can't lie about it, because the money will interface with the system and they will know. They will know people's intentions. You will never be able to steal money again. But humanity has to come online. All right. I know you have more questions about finances, so let's go ahead and look into that. If I missed your questions, put them in again. Shauna says, odd question. If we plan to make financial investments soon, is there some sense of urgency that we should be doing this before July 4th? Or would it be better after whatever is coming on July 4th? Yeah, let's do investments and, cash on hand. Investments and cash, like what kind of preparation? We'll do cash on hand. Good question, Shauna. I'm fitting to pick up some more silver this week. I've been feeling that too, Marie. I've been feeling Spirit saying, put your extra money into silver right now. Calamity Jane says, I've heard some tribunals have been held on ships out in the sea. Thank you. It was some sort of travel where the tribunals were off. I kept hearing the words offshore, 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 and I'm thinking of an island, and I couldn't think of that word, but I think you're right. They were out on sea, and they're coming home. That's the energy I got. These tribunals are coming home, and they're presenting their information, and they're like, we're ready to go. We have this package and that package. So that could definitely be the shock that awakens people even more and causes their DNA to come online. Truth awakens DNA. Richard says no world hostilities and maybe an energized DNA upgrade that activates our dormant DNA, collective consciousness achieved. Exactly. That is the quantum financial system. Before it comes in, we have to have zero conflict in our world, especially like Nasera or Jasera, and then that energized DNA upgrade has to connect to humanity, because I'm not seeing that we will be negative. What will happen is that if our DNA is of the light and we're energized, we interface with it and we're kept safe. Okay, we're safe because our DNA is interfaced with this consciousness, this organic spirit of life consciousness. But those that are not activated won't be safe, and they might trigger the system. They might trigger the system and get investigated a lot more because it cannot read their energy as well, or it's a negative energy, or it's a lower frequency. And so they're not going to be as in tune with the energy of the quantum system. That's what I'm seeing right now. Perez even said the tribunals were held off-world, i.e. on spaceships. Yeah. Did I miss something big and either scary or shocking is happening on July 4th? The white hat military have finished tribunals. They're coming home, and they have the tapes and the documents and a presentation they would like to show to the world of all these crimes against humanity. And then the higher, more spiritual galactic humans, higher selves, time travelers, whatever you want to call them, that are helping this world in ascension, they have to make a decision if that disclosure will be released. And I'm just going to say on the week of July 4th, like throughout that time. Yeah, so this is going to shock the world. I see that people will lap it up. They will be shocked. They will be in awe, and it might even turn on their DNA even more. I'm sorry that my hair is a mess. I was locked out of my house, and I couldn't fully get ready because this is a doozy. Locked out. It's time to get in. It's time to get in. Emergency V, it's time to get in. The world has to make a choice. There might be some more things coming in July, Shauna, and that could result to the financial crash. So let's get to your question about investments. Is there anything we need to know, Spirit, surrounding July 4th to July 6th? Let's give it that week, that 5-day period, about making investments before that period. What do we need to know? And is it wise for us to make our investments before that first week of July, the July 4th to July 6th, 7th, 8th? No, 7th, 8th off the table. July 4, 5, 6. I'm seeing something about 6. I'm hearing the words, the world's not ready. The world will be shocked. Okay. July 4, 5, 6. Saturday. Oh my God. I think the military presented it for some disclosure to begin to happen Saturday, the weekend. The weekend is a major, major energy point for me. It's like something about Saturday and Sunday and a beginning of, I think it's being targeted by some white hats here. But so far I think it's planned for the disclosure. So let's ask Spirit now, give us the financial energy now. What do we need to know about finances and investments? Should we be investing before July 4th? I don't know about y'all, but you're all going to be very rich. We got financial independence. We have the Magician card. We have a majority of different, I'm hearing the word stockholders, traders, buyers. But we have some slow movement in the financial realm and another timeline shift coming. That's what this is. It's an upgrade to the timeline. I'm hearing the words, take your money with you. What does that mean? 9 of Pentacles. A financial independence and the Magician card is just beautiful energy here. But there's something slow moving, slow plans. Give me clarity, Spirit, about finances before July 4th. King of Cups, manipulation. The tower is falling. The manipulation of the markets, the manipulation of the currency. This isn't even crypto. This is currency. The manipulation of currencies across the world will be challenged. The way people have challenged and manipulated, it will be shocked. It will be shaken. I'm hearing the words, you thieves of money, you stealers of currency. Judgment Day is here. Your day of reckoning is here. Let it go or you will fall with it. Okay. Ooh, okay. So just the people who are manipulating stock markets, manipulating currencies, manipulating cryptos, anything that's actually being stolen or thieves, it's on the chopping block. It's going to get shaken up. So this isn't you. This is all the inside traders, inside trading. This is all that. But then we have the Queen of Wands here. So this is telling me the DNA is coming online, and the DNA of the QFS is connecting into the QFS throughout July 4th, which is producing a tremendous timeline shift. So it's like I'm seeing like a slow integration of human consciousness into the QFS. And as it slowly integrates, the money is like changing hands, and it's gonna like I'm hearing the word tweak, like on drugs. It's gonna tweak, and it's gonna slowly begin challenging and threatening and collapsing some of this manipulation of the dark elite control over our money. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, this is definitely a slow alchemy of the two financial systems. The financial system up till now, the QFS, has been hidden. It's been underground. It's been lying dormant. This is a slow turning on and a slow integration into human consciousness. Hearing the words, manifest your life, hearing the words, invest your money, you will become the financial independent ones you desire, because the money is changing hands. The energy of money is tweaking, and it's tweaking on the drug addicts and the controllers, and it's like a clock or a grinding at the mill where it just goes, like a gear. It's like a gear, and it's like connect to the consciousness, energy shift. Money's getting more so that those of light and love can attract more money. That is pretty cool. Okay. Where am I? Joe D says Brick Summit is this Sunday the 6th. Oh my goodness, timeline shift. Something's, I knew it. Something, the energy of the 6th was just like, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, major timeline shift in the area of finances. Even if they don't do anything, the focus that they have is giving Mother Earth's good money energy. Calamity Jane says, I hope that Trump will announce that we are a republic again and that the corporation is over. And the gold has been taken off the flag. So in the United States, we have our regular flag, but when the U.S. became a corporation, a gold fringe was put around our flag, and it's everywhere. It's flown on our ships. It's in our courtrooms. It's in our White House. It's everywhere. And it represents that our nation isn't a republic anymore. We were sold as a corporation. That if that gold has been taken off the flag, that's huge, huge. Think it was Ishmael who said the violent collapse will not be needed, will only affect the baddies. Exactly. This is definitely the energy of affecting those who will not ascend in the area of finances. And it's those in charge of the finances. The whole world needs to be on board with the QFS. Iran hasn't signed on yet. Yeah. That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for humanity to be ready. But it doesn't mean that it can't come online in certain ways, and it doesn't mean that we still can't see changes to our money. I hope so anyway. I hope so. What it does mean here is that anyone not in line with the QFS is going to start getting pressure applied. Okay. is the financial shift we're on. So I hope that answered your questions about June and July. When it comes, July 4th, when it comes to investments, yes, it's almost like I saw Spirit saying, invest now because it's going to shift another timeline and it's going to produce even more wealth for you. Something to that effect, that if you're feeling called to do it this week, listen to your intuition, because it's you setting an intention and you're going to jump a timeline somehow. Is the financial shift in June and July still on track? Has it been blocked because of the wars and the protests? Or are we ahead of our schedule? What's going on with the financial shift into the QFS? And I'll try to get a timing as well. Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, and this is the card that fell out, Two of Pentacles. We still have the dystopian timeline possibility in the financial system. There are still two systems running side by side, the old world and the new golden age. We do have in the past, something was destroyed, a big transformation. In the center, we have the Galactics, technology, the stars. But we have on the sides here the Five of Swords, which is the war, and the Three of Cups. The wars did hinder. Yeah, and then we have Five of Pentacles. The wars did hinder the coming of the financial age. The technology, I'm hearing the words technology was destroyed above Iran. Technology was destroyed. Sacrifice, technology. Protected, I'm hearing the words it needs to be rebuilt. This could be the cover over the lands, that's sort of satellite or interference. Something was interfered with in our technology for the QFS, and this is higher grade galactic technology. We right now have a pause in the financial system, some sort of trouble, some sort of hindrance here. Page of Swords, technology, interference, cyber attack. My God. Okay. There were cyber attacks, but we've shifted out of that. Yeah, and they're being repaired. So yeah, everything that happened in June wasn't just the war. It were also a lot of cyber attacks as well. Interference on a internet level, interference on a technology level to try to hinder the QFS and to hinder a financial shift. But I believe it's being patched up right now with some of the galactic help that we have. And I did hear rumors about cyber attacks were possible. I think we just weren't told about it. This is slow-moving money system. It needs to be redone, refixed, patched. Strength, she's using grace to control the lion. It is still lying dormant in the most part, certain parts of the QFS. Yeah. A lot of the conflict that happened was an attempt to stop Nasara, Jasara, and the QFS. But it's under control now and being patched up. Spirit, can you give us a time frame, please, of when the QFS... I just want time. I just want time. 10 of Pentacles, 10 months. People have to be ready. Just give me a time frame, Spirit. Thank you. Hangman, a year. We have the 7 card too. 7 months to a year. 8 months. Spirit, give us a time frame. Confirm the time frame, Spirit. Queen of Wands, intuition. Yeah, people have to be ready, and the manipulation needs to be taken down, and everyone needs to be in agreement. Yeah, we still have a good year going to help clean things up and bring in the QFS, but we're going to see a lot of progress. Okay. Our military law, no more. The fringe of gold on the flag, no more, except in military tribunals. Very interesting. Shauna says the cyclic nature of the crypto market indicates that the bull market lasts for 1,065 days before turning into a bear market ending October 20th. Will that be the end of this bull run, or will this bull run be different and last longer until 2026? Spirit, what can you tell Shauna about her question? Will the bull run of crypto last longer, or will it end in October? Give us a time frame. Give us a time frame for the crypto market. A lot of conflict. Leaders, military, the white hat military trying to gain control. Death. Give me a time frame. 5, 4. We definitely have a year-end energy, and we have a year-end, like the end of the year. But there's hope because there's some sort of attempt to move things differently. 5 months? No. End of the year. I'm seeing more like December 6th. 4 to 6 months. Would that be December? October? Is this going to go into 2026, Spirit? I keep seeing December. 9 of Swords. 4 of Wands. An upgrade at the end of the year. So I think the market is going to be extended. Okay? That bull market that's supposed to end in October 20th. I think so far in this timeline, we're having a timeline shift on July 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay? So ask me again and on the financial crypto one, I think it's on the 13th. No, on the 13th. Ask me again, because we are having a timeline shift. But in this timeline shift, right now, that bull market's extending to about the end of the year. But there's an attempt to make it there. Then we have a celebration at the end of the year, upgrades, a lot of changes. But that could shift if we have another financial timeline shift with the BRICS summit coming in. Something might shift again. But as it stands right now, there's a lot of conflict on that bull market. And I'm not getting an ending. I'm getting an ending a little bit later. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to know about stockpiling any preparation, foods, goods? What do we need to know about that? Mother Earth. Mother Earth is stockpiling. Mother Earth is protecting herself. 4 of Pentacles, gathering her money, her cash, her coins. There's a lot of incoming energy. The King of Pentacles, money, money, money. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of fear cards, but I am seeing pulling your money close to yourself. Hearing the word the banks, I'm seeing there's going to be a lot of work on the financial system, a lot of activity, I should say. What do we need to know about this activity? 5 of Pentacles. This activity within the financial markets will produce shock and lack in some areas. So get your strategies in place. Do pull out some, and this is that cash on hand. Pull out some of your groceries, stock up a little bit. We're not getting anything that says fear, but we are getting something that says lack and shock or upset, disruption. And we have the work card. So there's going to be a lot of work in the financial departments. because possibly internet systems, because they're making a lot of changes. And so just to be prepared that not everyone may be able to access their funds on the same day they want to. But I'm not getting anything huge. Just be strategic, because the banks are going to try to be as strategic as possible as well, but they're going to be fixing a lot. Just checking here. Yeah. There's enough 5s in here, or 4s and 5s, to cause some concern in July. So use your intuition, follow what Spirit's telling you. There is going to be some energetic conflict in the financial world in the month of July. Does that mean we should all sell our crypto by the end of the year, or will some investments be viable to hold for the long term? Sure, hoping so. Yeah, we can definitely ask that at the financial one, but let's just see what Spirit wants to say really quick. Because I know a lot of you, Spirit's like, you're going to be okay. Technology, what are you telling me, Spirit? So we have the Devil card energy for the past. So crypto has been heavily manipulated. We have the conflict card, but then a merging of technologies. So as the QFS comes online, it's going to change the face of crypto. It's going to change the face of crypto. And the white hats want to use it for galactic money and energy. So, of course, ask Spirit, follow your gut, follow your intuition. But something's going on the spiritual level with crypto. And right now it's being heavily guarded, kept, manipulated, and fought over by the dark elite. Crypto's still in the hands of the darkness. And it's not a bad thing. It's just saying they've got their fingers in it. They're not telling us the truth. And there's certain merging of technology that's going to free crypto from the hands of the darkness. Will the USD regain strength against other currencies, or is it necessary for the white hats to devalue the currency for larger goals? Spirit, what can you tell us? Strategy, yeah. It's a strategy, Shauna. We have the strategy card and the lack, or the low quality money, the devaluation. It's being deliberately stabbed in the back right now. And it's here to bring disclosure, retribution, and some sort of contract that was made. Yeah, it's the plans. It's in the cards. It's in the cards for the US dollar to be devalued right now. It's going to continue losing strength and will be greatly devalued. It will hold somewhere down there, but the USD will continue to lose strength. Will the Canadian banks be prone to bank runs like some US banks? Interesting. So we have the people here. We have the political agendas of bank runs coming in. I don't know what that means. The bank runs in the past were political or are politically inspired. Political, some sort of mass politicizing of the financial. This could be disclosure. This could be disclosure in order to change things around. But there will be a politicizing or a revelation of how the banks were politicized and connected to the trade, stock market, how the banks were interfaced in the control. We do have some stress coming in, but it's not going to last long. I believe leadership is going to come to Canada. That's going to change any type of long-term bank runs. a leader is going to arise. That's that leader I keep seeing that comes in with a new financial ideas for Canada, and he's going to put a stop to it. It's going to be like a lifesaver, a brand new way of doing money in Canada, and this is going to put a stop to the grief. It's going to be very positive, but there is the potential for bank runs for political purposes, but I don't think it's going to last long. So it's not going to last long. Are we still looking at potential blackouts this month as predicted by other folks? And blackouts, I'm assuming electricity. Is that what you mean? Electricity blackouts or media blackouts? Spirit, are we looking at blackouts? Queen of Wands. That's that system, the consciousness system, the QFS system on an energetic level. Spirit, are we still looking at electricity blackouts or media blackouts? Flooding, natural disasters. Yeah, I'm getting that energy in. Disclosure and temperance. Healing, galactic healing, disclosure, electricity, manipulation. Spirit, are we looking at blackouts here? Citywide blackouts, electricity and media blackouts. Okay. Getting a yes card because of the two systems coming online and people not cooperating. I believe, interesting, because we have people here, like excited people, and then we have excited people again. So there seems to be a merging of yes to the blackouts, but it's a merging to control emotions or to calm people down. I don't know what that means, but some sort of merging of a systems or a glitch in the system, some sort of technology merge, but it's a manipulation tactic from the cosmic beings or the higher realms of light, the white hats, for special purpose. So this could be rescue missions as well. So this could be rescue missions and helping people to evacuate that might be coming from underground tunnels. Okay. And so there's a blackout. So I'm seeing several things. I'm seeing like people being rescued or people transferring, groups of people. There's a lot of energy coming through, but I'm not quite understanding it. And it's some sort of technology trigger that's done by the white hats for the purpose of healing, but it is there. It's some sort of manipulation tactic for a purpose. And it could be for covert operations. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not seeing anything with work related. I'm not seeing anything with war. I'm not seeing anything with cyber attacks. I'm just seeing some sort of operation. The energy is really, really strong to rescue people or to manipulate something so that people can stay safe and calm. So let's see what that happens there. Let's see what happens there. Do the white hats have it as part of their agenda to bankrupt major banks, and are any Canadian banks at risk of bankruptcy in the next year? It's the bankruptcy of major banks in the plans of the white hats. Oh, woo. Okay, so the cards that came up was Eight of Pentacles and the Devil. They are working on eliminating the dark elite from the banking system. It's not completed yet. The dark elite still has a complete working banking system. It is a funnel, a sieve, and it leaks money into the pockets of the darkness. Okay, they don't want to just bankrupt it. They want a whole new banking system in place and to substitute something new. But there is a six of swords, which is a moving of the energy away. It's a moving on. Hanged man, a pause, a death, that's your bankruptcy, and new leadership. So they have several plans for different banks. Number one, to kind of pause them temporarily and squeeze them for their money. Bankruptcy for some banks and new leadership for others. And this card flipped out. Yeah, this is the white hat plan. Yeah, so they're not going to bankrupt every bank, but they do have plans for some banks to be bankrupt. And others are going to be like a transfer system where they can transfer money out of it. Yeah, they're still working quite heavily on the systems of the banks. Anything long-term that would require the need to buy a generator? Yeah, let's ask. I'm seeing a location too. It's like referring me to what happened in Spain. So that I'm thinking that's what happened in Spain, is some sort of calming the people down so that an operation could happen. Spirit. I just heard the words Long Island. And I just saw like the lights go out on Long Island. I think the shipping ports is something having to do with that. I don't know if they're shipping ports, but underground sea tunnels in Long Island. Take it as it resonates. Spirit, will we need to buy a generator to prepare? Getting a lot of energy with these blackouts. Okay, so the galactics or the white hat semi-galactics are coming in here as they're going to try to keep things as independent and as short and as freedom-minded as possible, to keep people in their normal routine, to give people their independence. They do not have plans to do major lockdowns. That's their desire. However, there is an Ace of Pentacles here, which is a yes to your question, which would require the need to buy a long-term generator. And I want to see here what this yes is to, or is it just cash? The Devil card is coming up. The Stress card is coming up. The lies, the media. Okay. So I'm seeing that what's going to cause a lot of the blackouts. So white hats are going to take it down for just like a few hours or do what they need to do. The dark elite's going to retaliate with potential more blackouts. The media is going to lie about the situation. The dark elite is going to retaliate. Secret warfare, cyber warfare. Yeah. Seeing land. I'm seeing a lot of this in New York. A lot of this in New York. Major cities, ports. Let me see if I can see anything in Canada. I'm not getting a lead on anything exactly in Canada. I'm thinking this is a cyber warfare coming to certain areas in the United States. Anything else you want to show us, Spirit? This is going to be a major clash. I'm hearing cyber territory over the land. an ending, an upgrade, and a blockage. Blocked tunnels. Water going into tunnels and being blocked off, empty, drained. Yeah, this is just going to get a little nasty, so we'll see where it shows up. But it's going to be in major cities and especially around like water or ports. And I think the media is going to like clash back and forth. But the White Hats don't have plans of doing any blackouts to make it so that we have anything, you know, their operations are going to try to go real smoothly. But sometimes they might go black in order to do their military operations. The retaliation is going to be in the cyber community of the White Hats. Rescue, yeah. Yeah. Children are being rescued. Or they're going into the areas where the children were rescued. I'm seeing China. The Chinese, the eastern ports, Japan, China, the Philippines, but something along the eastern coast of China. They might get a lot of blackouts there. Yeah, this is some sort of rescue operation, and it just feels like it's going to be a little bit nasty, and we might just see the effects of it. But I'm not getting anything intentionally long-term, and I think the White Hats are going to clean things up pretty fast. So no, I am not, if I had to be honest, I'm not seeing buy a generator, prepare, look out for lack, get resources. I'm just seeing it's going to be messy from the White Hat perspective, be some cyber warfare, be some internet attacks on the White Hats as they try to either go in and clean out tunnels, remove blockages. And Pete Diddy might come into this somehow. Some of his tunnels, Epstein tunnels, they might get revealed. I won't continue to name any other names, but you know, like well, I guess I will. Winfrey, Oprah. You know, something about these Hollywood tunnels. I did see Los Angeles or like the LA and the Hollywood regions. Something about deeper cleaning. It might be a result of some of the disclosure that the White Hat military want to bring out as well with the EBS. So Shauna says, oh, I nearly forgot. Let's ask about the underground volcano between Japan and Philippines in July. Japan and the Philippines. Will there be an underground volcanic eruption in Japan and the Philippines, between Japan and the Philippines in July? Spirit, what can you tell us about this natural disaster? Will there be a natural disaster? Can it be thwarted? What do people need to know? What do people need to know about this volcano, this underground volcano in Japan and the Philippines? Okay, I can't use this deck. It's got too much money energy in it. Let's do my angel deck. Spirit, what can you tell us about the underground volcano in Japan and July? Sorry, in Japan and the Philippines, between the two, in July. There we go. Okay, so we're getting, okay. We are getting an eruption. We're getting, it might not be as strong as they're predicting, but this is the card of, it says victory, but it's just giving me the energy of the explosion. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is also that massive change, that massive shift, seismic shift. Is that what they call it in the ocean when the plates, tectonic plates shift? I'm seeing that with this card. I'm seeing the shift of the world on the plate level, like a massive shift. And then I'm also seeing energy, like eruption. This is like celebration and eruption energy, but it's not going to be as strong as they're predicting. The reason why I think there's also going to be an eruption is we have the grief card, the stress. There's going to be a lot of mental stress in that region over this volcano. I don't think it's going to be as strong, though, as it's being predicted. What can you tell us, Spirit? Japan's coming in. Underground. Okay, so they're going to use some sort of technology. Woo! They're going to use some sort of technology that's underground. That's the underground card, the hidden, to try to shift the plates and stop it from being as bad as it's being predicted. I think Japan's coming in with some sort of technology, some sort of attempt to calm that region down or that part of the ocean. But it does look like right now there will be a small rupture. The world, there's a chance though it might be stopped. Okay, we're getting choices. So there is a chance that it will be stopped using some sort of technology. There could also be some sort of lies, something hidden here. I'm not getting lies so much though. I'm getting technology. I'm getting, yeah. The media might not tell you everything, but there's something behind the scenes that's going to try to control and help the people. Will there be a loss of life? Will there be intense grief in these regions? I do believe that there's going to be, so I'm not getting so much at the people, but the land's going to shift. The land's going to change. There will be some seismic activity, and it's going to, but I'm not getting a lot of deaths or disaster. Something's changing, though, in the land mass. Okay. Such a volcano resultant tsunami has been predicted by several psychics. Yeah, I do believe it's in the cards. Like, it's a possibility. But there's some sort of technology coming in, or maybe even a cosmic master, ascended master, galactic help, a queen mother of some sort, a goddess of the sea that comes in and like calms things down and protects her people. Some sort of here's the look. We do have a Aquaman here. We have Aquaman coming in. That's the emotion water aspect, and he's got his scepter, a king, a leader. And I saw that. I saw like the land's going to shift, and there's going to be a major seismic shift, but then a leader comes in. I didn't know what it means, so they might be getting some sort of cosmic leadership, like an Aquaman energy coming in to calm things down, and just some spiritual aid, calm those elementals of fire. So let's manifest that for those people. That the elements of fire would calm down and would bring peace to that region. Maybe we'll see off-world assistance to Gaia's stability. Exactly. The myths of these beings, these energies of the sea, they are connected. Every elemental is connected, is an emanation of a higher being. So, yeah, we definitely want to manifest that for everyone. Okay, this has been fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, we have July predictions, the private live, the membership. That will be on our membership Sunday at 12:15. But here first on July 6th, I believe, we're going to have these July predictions. We're going to go into some more disclosure And we're going to go in, well, we're just going to also look at the financial shift again, some more disclosure, and the timeline split. I really want to see about this timeline split and see how it's going on with humanity, how things are separating. All right. And if you don't mind, please give me a thumbs up, a like. Please press the subscribe button. If you're interested in a personal reading, I just put up new times, put up new pricing. I did a whole bunch of new things. You'll get an email here soon if you're on my membership email list or on just my newsletter, my free newsletter. So go ahead and check me out on my website, violetflame.net. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for coming back. I appreciate it. Shauna says, thank you. Are we looking for any other major environmental cataclysm that would be devastating on an international scale? So let me put that on the list for next week. International cataclysms. Some say that Italy might have some volcanoes go off. Listen, the world is hot. The world is hot with volcanoes. We'll put Italy, Greece. That's a sign something's happening in our world. Whenever there's a sign, I mean, the heat going across the land. It's been 100 degrees here this week. The heat going across, the solar flares that happen, and then we have heat wave after heat wave, and then we have volcanoes. That's a sign. So we want to look at what's that spiritual god that does the fire? Is it Pythagoras? No, Pantheon? Greek fire god. Yeah, I forget what it is. Yeah, so we're going to do July Ascension predictions. And we're going to do the Greek fire god, the heat waves. We're going to do that at 11 o'clock. That's free on this channel. And then we're going to go into July predictions for your nations on the private live. That's for next week. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. What a relief. One psychic said Canada will go through turmoil in late 2025 and 2026 over Alberta's wish to secede. I suppose this is exaggerated, but it's worth asking about. Oh, Canada. Yes, sweet Canada. Oh, Canada. Beautiful energies. There's also something about Canada that they have very strong R energy from that kind of people, the negative beings. And one of my friends at the retreat, she was so awake and aware. The lady who did it, her name is Rachel. She's awake and aware. She's a sound bath healer. She knew all about the R people. She knew all about the dark healing, the corruption. Her spirit guide is Princess Diana. And she actually was shown how, Queen Elizabeth's eyes would do that split like the R people. And her guide showed her that. But she's really drawn to Canada and has felt that fall, that she calls it the father energy, the fallen Anunnaki energy, that toxic masculine has really entered Canada, and her heart's for Canada. And so be great to do some retreats there, do some healing on some of the ley lines. I just thought that was very interesting how her heart was for Canada, and she felt like that fallen Anunnaki spirit had trapped Canada, and she wants to free it and to go heal the ley lines. So that was beautiful. Shauna says for next week, yes, we'll do Canada next week. All right, turmoil. And that's all right, everyone. Prometheus, Marie says, yeah. Vulcan, yeah. It's something like that. Vulcan, Prometheus. But it's a cosmic being that holds the elementals of fire. All right. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. Share this if you know of anyone else that is as crazy as we are. And I will see you this Sunday at 11 a.m. Bye.